What's up, guys? How you doing? Let me know what you're up to. Previewing some new music. Just talking to some people. Making friends. How are we? Wow, thanks for the follow. Oh, deep. I think it's a bot. Yunji, how you doing? I'm back too. Welcome. I hope you are well. I hope you can hear everything. We're here. Okay, I was having lunch. But yeah, I'm live now. Thank you for waiting. Appreciate you waiting. What's new in life, Yunji? What's been happening since yesterday? Work school, classes, anything like that? What were you studying? What level of school? What's your favorite class? I'm gonna try to keep the language safe. Do you know what you want to study later on? Out of those, what would your dream job be? Dermatologist or artist? How do you want to help your sister? What's she got going on? On fire, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome.
Moving like lightning, driving no license. Never get lost in a crisis, I stay wearing that high vis. I remember crossing the street, gunshots never no silence. All of my friends don't care about fame, still fighting out private.
Fair enough, Yunji. Good luck with that. Keep studying.
Spend all day just chasing your dreams, well maybe you'll find them. Wasn't accepted in the scene, just waiting defiant. Breaking the rules, never restricted by the tyrants. What's the science? Out here walking through fire. Couldn't deny it. Seen him in the flames just smiling.
On fire, you make a good point. Regardless of how your week went, it's the end. So just to figure it out.
Late night cruising, brand new city, never been through here. Whip so foreign, looking like feds all black and blue. Got no badges, prototype vehicle out in 2 years. Seen me moving, engine hybrid, I was like, phew. Open hideout.
What you been up to on fire? Work? School? What's going on?
I am your new fear. Problem solver, energy peak, I might go nuclear. Switch the scheme up, can't delete us. Pay the teachers cause the future ain't looking scenic. Ain't impressive hating when you ain't crossed the zenith. Too much on my mind, vision receding. Lights and sounds go by, blurring the buildings. Sun caught me outside, problem sleeping. Couldn't see the tide, now I'm sinking. What am I working for? Fame or money? Cause what are you trying? I've been way too busy just trying.
Thank you, Yunji. Did a lot of design.
Look at you spying, giving you all the blueprints. Haze ain't taking it from me. Might compare to no one, alien repping that UFOs. Brand new passport, one move fast. Jet do nautical miles, tube socks getting no cold feet. Fresco all in my mind, cook in the studio, more heat. I was in the underground, under the fortress. They couldn't see my potential, they all ignored it. Lawyers won't beat the case. Go on record, putting you in your place. When I retort, from the 254, sitting in traffic, they'll snatch your phone. Traffic jam, overprotective, moving like baby driver. Plastic fork, putting my takeaway on heated seats. Made my clothes, check the design, you just pay designers. I was in high school making music using these slow devices. Think about future, I don't wanna work all life then go retire. Wouldn't expect it, vision perfected, wheels they set in motion. Gas like soda, third eye open, how did he make that potion? Ain't no recipe, thrice I told him. This right here came from inside of my bones. Ipso facto won't get viable clones. I'm too heavy, feel the pressure of that gravity flow. Ain't success, that's when these enemies show. All they feel is entitled, they don't wanna hold this sword. I revealed it in the title, you don't wanna war with Lord. Mighty destroyed the hordes, I made the storyboards. Mighty when I do not have a key, I will just blow the door in. Caution, like a machine, I navigate the complex endorphins. Out to the ocean, gonna go talk to dolphins. Back in the PM, carpe diem, at the Nairobi show lit. Phone like Siemens, eyes on V12. I was on the road like Caesar, coins may be gold in his teeth. Hold tight, real friends, strong my defense. Walking in the cold and freezing. Looking at the way he moved, he got soul in his feet. Mighty, morphin, killing, orphan. Never needed, coffin.
Why might it be doing this? Wait, seriously? You can hear me now. Okay, all I did was change scene. This is witchcraft.
Hi, friends.
Mello, my voice came back with the bots. So that's good to know, Mello. In my chatting screen, my microphone audio wasn't going through. You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious if I have to add my microphone into the source tab. That's probably what happened. What do you think, Mello? Because in my laptop, well, in this current scene, my microphone is inside as a source. But in my chatting screen, it is not. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here and add it, and let's see. Okay, can you hear me now on this window? Okay, so we've learned something. I have to make sure that my audio is an actual source inside of the chatting screen, even though I can see I have two of them. So apparently it was already there. We are learning, but OBS is a terrible teacher. So OBS, you watched Scarface? Last night my girlfriend and I watched Knives Out, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a mystery movie. Lots of fun. That transition is my favorite thing in the world. I think I'll never change it. Yeah, we kept pausing the movie to kind of speculate on what we thought was happening or who we thought was guilty. It was good. It was almost like an interactive board game. He did. He chose a super strange accent. Not, I can't say much about it, but in terms of, I don't necessarily have like opinions about it. It was just very interesting. I agree, it grew on me as well. And I think somehow you could tell he was having fun doing it. I read that at that point, right before he did those movies, the people for the James Bond series were really hounding him to do more movies. And he was just like, it was taking too much out of his body, time, all the training, injuries, and he just didn't want to do that anymore. I think for the last movie, they really honestly offered him a crazy amount of money. And they were ready to do more, but he was like, no. And I can only imagine what it does to your body. There's only a couple of people like him and Tom Cruise in the world. I would say they're genuinely, at this point, just athletes who can act. Because your body has to go through it a lot. He does. Wesley Snipes looks very healthy. And he killed it as Blade. that was a really cool movie for me to watch, especially Blade specifically, because it was one of the first times I saw like a super cool black hero. Like I could visualize looking like that. Up until that point, all the heroes I saw just didn't look like me. I still liked them. I had nothing against it, but I never saw myself as them, you know? Only the black version of it. But Blade was specifically black from the start. And so I found that really cool to be like, okay, there's cool black heroes out there. So for me as a young kid, a movie like Blade was very influential. Gave me something to aspire to. Not that. Actually, sure. I probably wanted to be a vampire hunter or whatever. Mello, you're leveling up in the chat. What happens? Do you win a game? What's the highest level? Daywalker, exactly. And his outfits were super cool. All the armor and the coat and the sword. All right, Mello. Well, you have the highest points right now. And your name has a sword on it in my chat. That must mean something. You're like a knight. Yunji, I watch like tons of anime. I watch anime all the time. I love anime. I've also watched some foreign language TV shows. If anything's interesting, I don't care what language it is. If it has subtitles, I'll get into it. There's a show called Three Body Problem. It's a science fiction show. I've been watching the Chinese version. Really awesome. I've watched some German language TV shows. A lot of Japanese stuff. I watch a lot of anime. I'm a big fan. Oh, Mello, I knighted you yesterday then. I agree, Mello. Something I discovered was like German movies, foreign language. I've been watching a German sci-fi called Darkness, I think, or In the Dark, I forget. But it's wonderful. And I always wonder that the language barrier has stopped so much art from being able to be seen by people. What's the blue elephant, Yunji? My favorite anime. I have too many. But one that sticks out in my head is Hunter x Hunter. I really enjoyed that. But I've also been watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I love One Piece. I would say One Piece is really immersive. There's so many episodes. Also Chinese science fiction. Mello, I watched a movie called Jupiter something. It was about the planet Jupiter. It was an amazing science fiction movie. All Chinese cast, like made in China. And I watched it and thought, man, there's so many people who will never be able to enjoy this because they don't know. I think a lot of people don't realize you can just watch movies in other languages and put subtitles on. That being said, I don't know who likes subtitles and who doesn't. I don't mind them at all, so I'm happy to watch them like that. But there's some people who just, whether it's an attention thing or like social, how would I put this? Social understanding of stuff, like depending on what country you're from, you might just not think you can watch other stuff. Maybe because of the people around you. Oh, Mello, what is that? I'm going to look it up. Mello, oh my God. Okay. So, YouTube yesterday, once I finished my stream, my video got blocked completely. I looked through why, and it was that video of the Australian Olympic lady breakdancing. That blocked my entire video from the whole world. So, luckily, you can cut those sections out through YouTube, and YouTube will just remove it for you and then just stitch the rest together. But it's mind blowing how you can't find that video online anywhere. It's super hard to find it, and anywhere you find it is either like a random video sharing site, but all the official ones, like I tried to post it to Instagram, a meme of this. And before, when I hit post, Instagram told me this post will limit how many people can view your profile. And so they were in effect telling me, if you post this, your reach is going to go down. So I didn't, but that was super weird. Super, super weird. Right. Like it never happened. But why? How did she mess up so bad at the Olympics that even the Olympics are somehow stopping people from? Because I don't know who else could block it. Of course, her and her attorneys. But the Olympics is like a public national event. I've never heard of an athlete being able to block footage of them performing at the Olympics. Oh, there's a big conspiracy about that, Mello. So basically, she apparently, I have to say apparently, but she was part of some organizational body for breakdancing. And her husband was one of the judges who gave her a score high enough to qualify for the Olympics. And there's this whole other conspiracy about how she was involved in the governing bodies that decide all of this. And basically, some high level sports committee was just like, who's dealing with breakdancing? And somehow she put her hand up and they were like, you guys figure that out. And then she got into the Olympics. It was really weird. There's a massive petition right now about it. Let's see. That's also true, Mello. The person she beat in Australia was an actual breakdancer. I also hate these news channels because you never know how they'll like claim something on your video, you know? So 45,000 people signed that thing. Isn't that crazy? 45,000 people were like, something's wrong here. Exactly. That's why I'm not clicking on any of these news articles, because it's just going to be nonsense. But that was a spectacular situation. Like, even watching it, I looked at the people in the crowd. Everyone was cringing. Like, you could feel the atmosphere there was like, how did this person get here? Because the people who got there next to her were literally the best in their countries. Literally the best in their countries. And that weird flopping on the ground, it was really bad. This was this was so bad. Can you imagine how these guys felt? Look at this guy's face. Look at his face. He said, "What's going on?" Yunji, it's impossible not to cringe. It was such a horrible situation. It's like watching the first round of American Idol or The Voice, where people come in like, I can sing. And then once they start singing, everyone's like, you can't. And then the judges have to tell that person that's not what singing is. Like, singing and singing well are not the same thing. I think it was hard to watch, but I think it was also a good thing for us to realize that there can be like massive, I don't know if you can call it corruption, nepotism, but I think a lot of people around the world looked at the Olympics, or at least the Australian Olympics, and they were like, in a way, it's disrespectful. Like, it's super disrespectful to send, like, it's like Australia didn't care that much about breakdancing. So they were like, anyone go. And I could imagine if I held like some special games worldwide, if I held my own Olympics and then some country brought somebody like that, I'd be like, do you even care about this? Or did you just send somebody because someone had to come? You know what I mean? It was just like, oh yeah, send whoever, we don't care. So in a way, it really delegitimized. I think I even heard that the breakdancing won't happen in the next Olympics. It might happen the one after, but next Olympics, what's that? 2028? Not gonna have breakdancing. All because of a dinosaur move. Unreal. And I can imagine there's a whole bunch of people who knew nothing about breakdancing. It came to the Olympics and then it was a massive joke. So I think she also really messed up breakdancing as a sport, as an art, as a skill, as a talent. She just made it seem like it was a joke. So people who could have gotten into it, who might have been inspired, they were all just like, oh, that stuff's fake, man. Whoa, Imogen, how you doing? I lived in Australia for 10 years in Canberra. So I've been to Sydney many times, but Australia was home. How's Queensland, Imogen? I've been there too. The bugs are huge. Huge. Yeah, Queensland's always hot. But also Northern Territory. If you guys don't know, Northern Territory is like the middle top of Australia. And I remember one time watching the news and it was like 53 degrees. What? NT is crazy. 53 degrees Celsius. Mellow for sure. The bugs? No. Nah. Queensland, Australia has prehistoric wildlife, okay? The biggest cockroaches you've ever seen in your life. And they hiss. Maybe they hiss elsewhere, but they literally hiss, dude. Have you ever seen a massive cockroach and then it hisses at you? Ugh. I freaked out. But Imogen, what are you up to? How's things? That being said, Queensland is beautiful, okay? Let's not hate. It's beautiful. But yeah, the cockroaches, oh my days. I always make this joke that in Queensland, the bugs and insects have their own IDs and bus passes because they're so massive. They drive like you could stop at a crossing and a bunch of spiders will walk across like, cheers, mate. Or you could open your bathroom and see a massive spider go, ah! And you're like, oh, sorry. Let me just, I'll come back. Also, Imogen, I don't think you guys have much kangaroos in Queensland, or at least in the suburbs. Where I lived in Canberra, there was lots of hills and stuff in the suburb I lived in. And so there was just kangaroos, just like walking from the bus stop, you'll just see a kangaroo. You might see one in your backyard. And the thing about kangaroos, Mello, if you've never known this, kangaroos can get huge. Huge. Like 7 foot. So one time my mom was like, "Can you go get the washing?" And she was kind of shifty, you know? And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, fine." And she stood at the door when I went outside, and I was like, "What do you do?" Like, whatever. Dude, I get outside face to face with a literal 7-foot kangaroo, and he's just standing there like this, chewing grass. They stand like this. I don't know why, but I could see its muscles through the fur. Like it was super ripped. Good thing is, kangaroos aren't generally violent. Think of them like kangaroo shaped cows. However, just like cows, if you somehow cornered one, you might die. Like a kangaroo, because kangaroos can support themselves by their tails, and their tails are heavy. Their tails are completely muscle. All good, Imogen. We're here. How you doing? I'm just telling people about how this kangaroos in Canberra. I don't know how Queensland is, but I used to have kangaroos in my backyard just eating the grass, and they were 7 foot. So I just go up, um, get the clothes off the line, and then walk back in. And the kangaroos would watch you, but they were pretty chill, honestly. Like they weren't violent or anything. The danger with kangaroos was when you were driving, because if they ended up on the roads, they would just get freaked out by the cars, and they don't know what's going on. So I once had a kangaroo straight bump into my car, and I mean like jump into my car. Luckily, so I was driving, immediately saw this kangaroo, slowed down super hard, and then it kind of jumped to the side and ran alongside me almost. And then it tried to jump, but obviously I was there. So it jumped into my car sideways and then just hit my car and then bounced off. Like, not bounced off, like flew off, but it hit my car and then jumped the other way because it bumped into my car. And luckily it didn't break anything, whatever. And it didn't get hurt. And it just kind of jumped off into the night. And I was sitting there with like my heart beating. Yeah. On the roads is where the kangaroos are most dangerous, I think. But if you ran into one just walking, they don't really bother with you. And because there's so many kangaroos, you're allowed, like people eat kangaroo. I've eaten kangaroo. It's very gamey. Like, protein wise, I think it's like 90 plus percent protein and under 5% fat. Kangaroo meat is extremely, extremely healthy stuff, but it tastes, yeah, the taste is kind of different, and it's very juicy, like more juicy than I liked. Like no matter how much you cooked it, there was so much juice that would come out of it. So it's an acquired taste. Yunji ostriches, yeah. Australia has emus, which is like dinosaur ostriches. They're freaky, and they can kick through your stomach. Like they can kick a hole through your stomach. That's how strong they are. Surely it would have to be a massive cage, Yunji. Mello, I think I've seen that video. There's one where a kangaroo like grabbed someone's dog, and he like ran up to it and punched it in the face, and then it let go of the dog, and then he like squared up, and then the kangaroo was like, okay, yeah, okay, you good, you good, and then they left each other alone. No, Aussies are, they don't mess around. Yeah, that's messed up, Imogen. We don't want to kick toads. That being said, is it a cane toad? Because in Australia, there's a bunch of toads, which are called cane toads, and they were brought initially to deal with something. I don't remember what, mosquitoes or something. But cane toads are poisonous. So there was no animal to eat them because they're poisonous to eat. So they just started multiplying and they just went out of control. Too many, too many, too many. Imogen, I thought you almost said lick the toad. And I was like, yo, you potentially could get high if you lick just the right amount of a toad. Mellow, Aussies are unhinged in the best way. In the best way, unhinged. Like, I've met some people and the story, like, I seen a video of a guy with his daughter. Just think of Crocodile Dundee. And he had a small daughter. She was like 6 or something. She was wearing like a full-on dress, like a white frilly dress. And they were at the banks of a river. And she was just staring at the water, real quiet, careful. And then she jumped in and she came out with a crocodile. It was a small crocodile, but it was a crocodile. And because she's a kid, it was basically her size. And she came out and her dad was like, yeah, get it. And she wrestled it out. And then I think they took it or whatever. But I remember being like, okay, 6-year-olds are more hardcore than me in Australia. 6-year-old girls are more hardcore than me in Australia. They'll jump in and fight. Like they'll wrestle a gator. Or, yeah, gator. I think, no, it's crocodiles. It's crocodiles. They'll wrestle a croc. Just the bravest thing I'd ever seen. Yeah, Imogen. The croc wasn't happy about it too, but she had wrestler grip, like she clearly had technique. So she just, and the croc was just like, all right, I guess you caught me. And you tell Aussies about that, they're like, oh yeah. Like most of them have some stories when they were young. JP7, how you doing? Welcome. No, and that was many years ago, so I don't know how old she is now. She's probably 17, 18, who knows? Actually, that video might have been way older. I just saw it then. But whoever that girl is, no one's messing with her right now. At the very least, she has a crocodile at home. And if a crocodile respects you, why is a human being going to disrespect you? Why? Never do it.
I just wish
JP, it says that because I'm playing some fresh beats. Viewer Feats is like featuring viewers. And I'm playing unreleased music. There you go. Yunji knows what's up. Yunji nailed it. You nailed it, Yunji. 100%. Full marks. Just hanging out, listening to music, reacting to stuff. That's what we up to. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for asking anyway. I have no problem explaining stuff, and I'd like to anyway, you know? Helps people figure out what's going on. And if anyone's viewing who doesn't want to talk, they'll also hear my explanation. So you might be asking a question that other people wanted to know. I just saw this. This stuff always freaks me out. So basically this water here, it was like that for the girl who jumped in. Like you could not see in the water, but somehow she could tell the shadow of the croc or whatever, and she just dove in, and it was dirty water. Like her dress was all messed up, but she didn't care. And it's quite possible they were saving lives in terms of that croc maybe wasn't supposed to be where it was. So they jumped in and took it out, and they probably sent it off to a sanctuary or whatever. Wow, this is insane. You can't do that every day. If I succeeded in that, that's my good luck for the week. I'm not leaving the house after that. Hey. Why is it we always do impressive stuff when it's the most useless time? I won't click on it, but look at this. Oil tanker with 150,000 tons. What's everyone up to right now? What are people doing? What time is it where you are? Yunji, that's nuts. Imogen, that's true. So what are you up to in Queensland, Imogen? What's happening in your life? School, work, what's going on? Oh yeah, okay. And it's hot right now, I bet. What's the temperature? That's 1:47 in the morning. It's late. Nice, Yunji. 6:48 in the evening. Okay. For me, it's 4:48. It's 4 in the afternoon. Almost 5. How do you cool down at night, Imogen? What do you do? We had a pool so we could swim, but outside of that, like you just lay on the floor and just JP, okay, let's let you in on what's happening. We're basically talking about the temperature in Queensland, Australia, because it's really hot out there, super hot. And I was telling chat how I lived in Australia and there were so many insects and they were massive, huge, 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 huge. And summer in Australia is insane. Like the sun will go down at 10 p.m., 10 something, and then it'll come up at 4:30 in the morning. Like the sun is up. Oh, JP, you want to know about the crocodile thing? Okay, so really quickly, basically, I saw this video in Australia of this little girl with her dad. Her dad looked like Crocodile Dundee. They were at the riverbank and she was wearing like a frilly dress. Like just a little girl in a dress. And she was like right at the water. Her dad was behind her and she was looking at the water. And eventually she just jumped in the water and then came back, like came out of the water wrestling like a crocodile. It wasn't a fully grown crocodile, obviously, because she's 6 years old or something. She was small, but the crocodile was her size. And she handled it like a wrestler and got it out. And then her and her dad took it out. I think they were making sure, like in that neighborhood, because in Australia, randomly, you will get crocs in places they're not supposed to be. So I think her and her dad were like, you know, I think that was his job and he was just teaching her the ropes. Yeah. Yes, like a small girl, like still the most hardcore human being I've ever seen. Like she jumped in the water and I was like, what? And when she came out with a croc, I had to rethink my whole existence. I've never seen bravery like that. In Australia, I think, yeah, she's probably wrangling crocodiles right now. I think she's graduated from humans. She would win everything in wrestling. If you can fight a croc, you're good. Yeah, Imogen, the heat, I couldn't deal with it, man. I could not deal with it. There were days like the middle of the day, you're just almost hallucinating. And your body doesn't even know what to do. Like you open the front door and it feels like you opened the oven because the air coming in is literally hot. No, Mello, he literally looked like Crocodile Dundee. Like, if you don't realize this, Crocodile Dundee is a genuine archetype in Australia. There's a movie about him and it's famous because the rest of the world doesn't live there. But if you live in Australia, Crocodile Dundee, there's a type of guy like him and you'll meet them all over the place. And they're exactly the same. Literally zero fear, extremely chill, and they always wear shorts. Even if they're like deep in the wilderness with dangerous animals, shorts. Yunji, you said you have scorpions? That would make sense in Egypt. Scorpions are freaky. Scorpions are frightening. Yes, I am, JP. There's no problem with asking. I'm from Kenya originally. I went to a British and an American school in Kenya. Then I lived in Australia for like 10 years. And now I'm visiting my girlfriend in the UK. I've been here before as well. And so I'm here between UK and Kenya. Yes, Yunji, I found out they glow under UV light, which is so cool, but also so freaky. JP, what's up? That's crazy. What part of Kenya? Yunji, what did your dad think of it? Depending on when they went, there'll be different opinions and where they went. Mello, if I have a daughter and she can handle a croc, I feel like I succeeded. JP, I went to multiple schools. I started at a school called Allen Grove, then a school called Makini, then a school called Turi. Then I went to another school called International School of Kenya. Then I moved to Australia. Hey Patrick, how you doing? Kenya's awesome. Kenya's super awesome. The city of Nairobi is a lot like London in the way the city works and it's built up. And because Kenya is a formerly colonized by the British, the road rules are the same. It's a beautiful place, like fully built up like any other place. JP, don't. You used to go to the... Okay, are you seriously? Chat. JP and I went to the same school, it would seem. I had so many friends in German school, JP. Half my friends were in German. Well, not half, but a lot of them were in German school. And German school isn't far from ISK. Oh, Yunji, true. Colonized by the British as well. Yeah, Patrick, Kenya's amazing. It's a beautiful place. Where I live, like randomly you'll get, this isn't to scare you, but just there was a leopard loose randomly. They tranquilized it and sorted it out. But when you're driving, like especially starting to leave Nairobi, you'll see giraffes, zebras, like elephants, just regular animals just hanging out. Our national park, when you're in the national park, you can literally see the skyscrapers of the city. Like it's that close. Imogen, I don't know what's with our parents. It's like they suffered, so we have to suffer. Why did you put AC in the house if you don't want to turn it on? In that temperature, the heat, pointless. It's pointless to open windows. The outside is what's hot. We don't want to bring more of it inside. Yes, Mello, making connections. That's so crazy. Yeah, JP, I'm a bit older, so I think I went through like I didn't have to deal with all that stuff. Like, well, it was just go to which school your parents could afford to take you, you know? Imogen, is it the heat? The heat makes me rude, man. I'd be just fussy all the time. I'd just be annoyed. Yunji, tell me about the schools in Egypt. Why are they crappy? And JP, how's Dubai? I find it so restrictive. Like, also, when I've been there, like, just transit, and man, oh, actually, I spent like a day or two there. But man, if you're not Emirati, like, if you're not part of the OG Dubai population, yeah, we weren't treated well. Like, people would push you out the way. It was really weird. Like, I didn't take it personally or whatever. I was like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. But I definitely found it weird. I was like, is there a point in being mean, guys? Like, is there a point? This is a song that I'm releasing soon. Some dance music. Keep it in the background. Oh, this is interesting. Real photos of a flying saucer, apparently. Ooh. What do you guys think of this? Operation Saucer, which was taken by Brazilian military during UFO attacks in Colares, Brazil. I've heard about this from like military people. Apparently it's real. It's legit. What do you guys think of UFOs and aliens? I personally think it's real. I think it's legit. I've listened to people and they're like, aliens are a thing. We're just too busy dealing with taxes and heat to like really pay attention. Imogen, how do you deal with that? Mellow. I didn't know you could do that. Lurking in the shadows. Yeah, it's all G Mellow. I'm just making sure, keeping my eyes on it, you know? I love that, lurking in the shadows. I'm imagining you dancing to the music with like a full-on hood. Just in a corner. JP, I do have Discord. Boom. Can you see that, JP? I just put it in the chat. All right, Mello. We're keeping the energy up. Yes, Imogen. By the way, did you say what you're up to, Imogen? Are you studying? What is it? What you up to? Or what's your favorite class? What's going on with your life? Mello, I know so many people exactly like Mr. Towley. Like, they'll hype you up to do stuff. And then once you're finally dressed and you're like, okay, let's go, they're like, what? Oh man. JP, what's my username? I don't use Discord like that, so it always takes me a while to figure that out. So is this you, JP? Okay, I'll add you. Boom. Let me know if that worked, JP. Bottom left of Discord. Mello coming in clutch. Okay, so my username is just Mighty Morphin with a space. Spaces work? Or is it one word? Yeah, that cat is dancing to my jam right now. Let me see more of these UFO photos real quick. What do you guys think of this? Crazy. Oh no. Oh. Those are the worst. JP, I'll do that a bit later. At the moment, just trying to do some chats and go through the music. But send what you got there. I'll definitely listen to it and hit you up. Oh, Imogen, that's the worst. I need the computers all the time. Doger. How you doing? Makes sense, Mello. I had all these emotes. Oh, that's Discord. It kept telling me to activate Nitro. Then I click on it and it's like, give us money. And I was like, no, you give me money. Exactly, Mello. They gotta pay me. Nothing's free. You want me to get those emotes? Pay me. JP, how are you muted? I can see your chats. You can see it on screen right now. This is you. And that's a Mello. Drew, where did you go? Or was that yesterday? JP, if you've sent it, I'll have a listen. Yeah, no worries, man. If it's in Discord, I'll definitely listen. Don't worry about it. I'll listen and I'll reply to it, you know. Mello knows. You send me something, for sure I'll listen. Yeah, in Discord. I'm with you. I'm with you. Mello, you see this? This is the type of thing you see in Queensland. Look at it. It just looks pissed. It's not even worried. It's like, open this up before I break something. Oh, Mello, can you hear that? This is the song that I made with Mello on stream. Well, Mello was with me, and I just made this out of nowhere. And it is funk, funnily enough. So JP, this is a song I made in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just out of nowhere. Yes, Mello was the muse. Oh yeah, Drew, I had to go make dinner. What, out of 10, JP? You don't know until I will. And for me, like just giving it a rating from 1 to 10, that's not gonna help you. I'll just tell you what I think about it. If there's something you might be able to change or fix, I'll let you know. Or an idea I have that you might use, I'll let you know. But just giving it a low rating, I don't like to do that. Like, it's not helpful to anybody. Nah, JP, you shouldn't talk like that. Appreciate what you made, even if it's early days, still appreciate what you made. If you think it's trash, then you shouldn't expect other people to like it for you. You gotta be like, hey man, I like where this is going. I'd like it to be better, but this is what I got, you know, and then we go from there. Okay, JP. So, homie Mellow Dog on Kick and Discord has just said the link you posted is private, so we can't see it. So you gotta make it public from your side. We won't be able to play it. And thank you for that, Mello. I already added you, JP. Unless that wasn't you who messaged in Discord. In which case, message me in the main Discord and just say, hey, it's JP from YouTube. So I know. Drew, 100%, man. Send it over on the Discord. What is it? New jam? Have you worked on it? If you haven't got any crazy samples, JP, and you get it on private, I could play it on stream. It's not a big deal. Mello, I don't know that I've added my Discord to the whole thing. I need to figure out how to do that. I don't think I've added my Discord link into... Exactly. Right on, right on, right on. I use Botrix. Is what good, JP? I haven't listened to the song yet. Okay, well, is it unprivated yet? If it is, I can even play it on stream, as long as it doesn't have any like crazy samples that will get me banned. Even old stuff, Drew. There's a lot of famous popular songs right now that were made like 2-3 years ago. It's just that artist wasn't big enough for you to know about them back then. What do you normally do music-wise, Drew? Production, mixing, vocals, all of it? Mello, I'm gonna listen to it now even. I'll just play it through stream. Let's do this. Hey, welcome, Drew. I see you on the Discord. Okay, bet. Here we go. Yeah, man. I think that's really interesting. I like what I'm hearing. JP, oh, don't worry about the last part. But JP, that was really interesting. It's nice and loud, so the levels are good, the drums are strong, the melody is really interesting. There's a part where it almost sounds like two different songs mixing, or the melody is, I don't know, it's kind of, it seems almost like two songs at some point. So there's this like low synth thing. Maybe turn that down or change the notes. And you could maybe slow the song down just a tiny bit, a couple of BPM, I think. But I think it sounds great, man. Just keep that going. Like you have to start. That's the only way you get better. So thank you for sharing. Thanks for putting your music out in the world for other people to just see it. And then we go from there. Oh, JP, I won't be editing it. That's your art. That's your music. I'll give it a listen, tell you what I think. But yeah, that was cool, man. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now just work on your arrangement. So basically, a start, and then a heavier part, and then back down. Nothing complicated. Literally just like some beats and small melody, and then up to everything, and then back down. Simple. But right now, that sounded cool, man. Good job. And thank you for sharing. We gave it a listen. We're out here. Drew, what would you want me to give you feedback on, or what you want me to have a listen to? Send it over. Mixa, how you doing? Is that your song? Whose song is that? Oh, JP, you gotta learn. You got to learn. And the only way to learn is to do. So however you made it, jump back in there and get it in. Mixer, how you doing otherwise though? Gotta say hi or something too. Is this you here, top one? Ah, JP. I had the same problem, man. There's so many things I didn't know how to do, but eventually I was like, oh, watch some tutorials. If you're struggling with the drums or whatever, look for a tutorial for that specific thing. And then once you learn it, go back to the song and try. Every time you get stuck, find a tutorial. Good. Samples and promo is the way to go. I'll always be listening to stuff in there. Yeah, Drew, in the Discord, samples and promo. Melo got it. Mixer nice, man. I've been chilling too. At lunch, watch some anime. Now I'm just chatting with you guys. Let me hit play on this real quick, see what you're talking about. Yes, Mello, this is someone on YouTube chat. Someone just posted a song link. Boom. And I was like, okay, let me play it. Production's great. Melody's great. It's a win. It's a W right here. You gotta like and subscribe, my boy. Send me one too, man. This is great. Mixer, great job. Great job. Who made the beat? Who did the rap? Is it both ways? I'm a big fan. The melody and the beat, oh, great. I love the guitar and the ethereal stuff. That's what I make. JP, right now, this is CBD oil. I have autism and ADHD, so this helps a lot with keeping calm, stress. So that's what that is. I also like the other green stuff, but you can't really get it in the UK. Well, you can, but you know. So yeah, this is CBD. It's not nicotine. I don't like nicotine. So this is literally CBD oil. Actually, it's this. Mello, have a look at this. Orange cream. Look at that. Sauce. So yeah, I don't vape nicotine, but CBD is my friend. Drew will hook me up. I'm here for it, Drew. What do we gotta do? Send me those DMs. Drew, you don't get baked, obviously, but it does help with stress and anxiety. Like there is a noticeable kind of reduction. And if you take enough CBD, your head might feel a bit light, you know? So there's that. But yeah, if you get a good strong amount, it does help people like me. But you know, THC is great stuff, Drew. So anytime I have the ability, that's what I go for. Now, Drew, you sent something in the chat. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, Drew, we got you. We got you. Is Dan Yulson your name? Is that you, or what was your involvement here? Makes a blinky time. Drew, are you in the UK too? Ooh, I know the sample. Mix up, put it in the Discord. Drew, that's sick. That is sick. Wonderful stuff. JP, I'm gonna listen to the other one too. Mixa, Discord is this app I got open here. Search Discord. I'm also new to it. I'm figuring it out. QQT. Been making music since I was a kid, man. So over 10 years. Imogen, have you seen my Discord link? Or are you not seeing it in Discord? If you go to samples and promo, that's where the stuff is. Drew, I'm playing this second one. Are you in the UK too, Drew? Oh. Wait, that's filthy. Filthy, Drew. Thank you for sending those. Thank you for sending those. Okay, Drew, I'm in Cambridge right now. What are you saying, bruv? What are you saying, bruv? I know Mello is also out there. I was close to Mello like 2 weeks ago because I was in Stoke-on-Trent for this music thing. But yeah, Drew, where you based? What's going on? Yeah, JP, I got you. I got you. I know you sent another one. Hey, JP, good job. Good job, JP. That one was really good. Really liked the vibes. You could make it longer. That was a good time. Hey, Drew, an hour? Okay, that's not far. That is not far. That's about how long it takes me to get to London if I get a direct train. Do you go to London often? Anything you get up to there? Potentially might be doing London at some point. I was there last week, Thursday. Was in the park looking at this concert. My homie had a little doob. It was a good time. I was back on the train just smiling at everything. Fair enough, Drew. In fact, for me, it was London's just where my girlfriend's homies are at. And there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know, like, yeah. So that's the reason, really. But like with the UK, really, you could go anywhere in a sense. Hey, Drew, I don't know if it'll be possible, but it would be so cool for me, you, Mello, to link up and just have a chill, you know? That would be sick. Mello, I think you've heard this. Drew, this is one I made. It's coming out soon, but this is like my take on D&B. Oh, Drew, I mean, I'm trying to make it happen if it's possible. I think it'd be fun. QQT, I appreciate you. That's why I'm streaming now, letting people know that I exist. No one will listen to my music if they don't know I'm there. Exactly, Drew. We gotta make an effort to see each other, our friends. We gotta effort to cultivate those relationships. You know, it's not even okay. Never say never is right, and also why not? I always say to myself, why not? Even Drew makes music, JP. Well, samples and promo is a good place to start. We just start throwing stuff in there, and if anyone likes it, do something, put it back in, somebody else adds, and eventually we might have a song that all of us had something to do with. Wait for the drop. Yeah, Drew, I got ADHD and autism. I know your feels, man. In fact, I got some new pills. It's a supplement called Alpha GPC. It's been helping me with my concentration. So if you have ADHD, that'll help. Imogen, I use music software to make my beats. So if you've never made beats before, what do you guys think? I think like online stuff that allows you to make beats is probably the best way to start, just because you don't have to download any software that'll take up lots of space or memory, and you can get a feel for it online. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure what you'd use online to make beats. Get trial versions of something. So I know FL Studio is probably the one of the easier ones because there's going to be millions of tutorials and there'll be a demo version. I don't know if BandLab has software to make beats on it, but there might be some online that allow you to do that. Yeah, JP, feel free to share. JP, that's crazy. Are you me? Yeah, I use Native Instruments Machine. Let's see if we can advise Imogen. Hold up. Okay, so there's Cakewalk by BandLab. GarageBand. If you have a Mac, by the way, if you have a Mac, you have GarageBand. You can already make beats in there. Like you don't have to download anything or download GarageBand if it's not on your Mac. Okay, there's stuff like this. I've never used it. I don't know what it is exactly, but looks like you could make beats on it. So I think have a look at the different ones and maybe even on YouTube, have a look at what they look like and how they work. But if you have a Mac, GarageBand, then done. If you have an iPad or iPhone, there's also beat making apps there, which are going to be much easier to start with than full computer one, you know? Imogen, you too? What? We got the autism ADHD squad. This is crazy. We're just like find each other through the internet. Drew, I never got into Reason. I remember when I first saw it, it was just all these plug things. And I was like, no. I started with Fruity Loops, FL Studio. And then I stopped making beats kind of and started DJing. So I was doing virtual DJ for a lot. Then I got Native Instruments Tractor DJ 3 or something, like the old one. Then I got Native Instruments Machine, which is what I use till today. What do you prefer, Drew? Reason or Fruity Loops? I'm also still heated that they had to change the name from Fruity Loops. How dumb. I was on Fruity Loops 2 and 3 and 4. And they used to come out fast. JP, how am I missing your messages? I can see the whole chat. Do you mean on Discord? I'm not on there continuously. Guys, I gotta jump off. We're gonna go for a walk and I need to go to the shops to get some groceries. But I might jump back on, we'll see. But what the hell? How is it that everyone in the chat has autism and ADHD or ADHD? That's actually crazy to me. That all of you have autism or have it and ADHD. That's crazy. That is craziness to me. Imogen, I don't know why. I also don't know why I have autism. I just woke up with it. Oh man, you guys are all great. Honestly, you guys are super great. Imogen, use your iPad. Go on the App Store. Just type in beat making. There's like, you'll see images and everything. Whichever one looks easy to you, just use it. Start figuring it out. The better you get, the more you'll understand what you want the software to do or how you want it to work. So don't worry. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you a lot. Stay on the Discord. Even if I'm not live, I'll still be checking my Discord because I have the app on my phone. So I appreciate that a lot. But today's been a good day of streams. Kick and YouTube. I've got a couple of you, so I'm really happy. Thank you for the subs. And yeah, Discord, I'll be on Discord anyway. So if I'm gonna chat again, or if I'm gonna stream again, I'll let you know on Discord. But we can still keep chatting on Discord. So I just gotta jump off the stream for now. So thank you guys. I appreciate you muchly. Oh, it doesn't work on the web. There we go. Oh my God, that's my favorite thing to do. You guys are awesome. I'll be back on. But yeah, Discord, I'll literally be telling you if I'm going back live. But you can still talk to me on Discord. I just won't be on video. So yeah, thank you guys. And I'll let you know if I stream again later today, depending. But appreciate you dudes. And I'll see you in a bit. JP, I'll check it out later on. But thank you so much. Drew, we got to talk on Discord. I know you're on my DMs. Me, you, Mello, we'll figure it out. Because Northamptonshire isn't crazy far. But we'll see what we can do, man. It would be fun. See you guys. We talk soon. I'm on Discord still, so remember that.